Yo, what up, parents? And yes, I did say parents because today I'm going over a parent's guide to airsoft and what you need to know. So, he comes up to you, he shows you all these videos, these sweet videos of these different airsofters. They're great airsofters too. Their videos are amazing. You got Novrich, you got Jet the Desert Fox, you got Unicorn Leia, you got a whole bunch of other cool, awesome YouTubers that do airsoft. But that doesn't, really show you anything about what it actually is and what you need to know before your kid starts playing. I'm going to go over if your kid is under a certain age. So we're going to start out this way. Sorry if I keep jumping back and forth. But your kid's going to start out, depending on how old he is, you're going to need a full mask. You're going to need a full goggled, full faced mask. Why? Insurance reasons. This is to give your kid the best protection you can get, because they don't want your kids getting shot out. Most adults like me, 18 and older, they're all gonna use just goggles and stuff like that. But to start, a full face mask. This is a JT mask. You can get a whole bunch of different masks, but this is the most important thing you'll get your kid when if you get them airsoft, is a full face mask. This is a must. And then we're going to continue on to what airsoft replica you're going to get your kid. So he's showing you all this, right? All these videos. So there's two types. There's M14 variants and AK-40 AKs. Those are the two main ones that I suggest you look at when you're purchasing an airsoft replica for your child. I'm gonna link below a video that I think is great for guns under $200. That it's a great video. I'll link it below. I can't remember the YouTuber's name, but I'm gonna link that below. So, I suggest those two, an M14 variant or an AK. I'm gonna link down also below to 3 websites for ordering your airsoft replicas from. But yeah, there's also, so you got your M14 and your you got a few different types. There's electric, there's gas, and there's Springer. Stay away from gas and Springer if it's your kid's first, airsoft replica. The reason being is that they're gonna be looking at this like, oh, I'm gonna be a sniper. That the snipers are spring-powered rifles. It's one shot only, depending on what it is. It takes a lot of practice and know-how in order to use that. Gas, that's usually pistols. Stay away from pistols because you don't really need pistols in airsoft, depending on what game style you're playing. Most are just field games that last a certain amount of time. The distance are longer distance, not shorter distance. Most fields have a surrender rule with it. When you're within 10 feet, you can't shoot somebody anyways. So pistols, just no pistols, no Springer airsoft guns. That's just so. There's only 2 that you should be looking at. Now moving on from there, you're gonna see these hear about magazines. There's high cap and mid caps. Now mid caps are magazines that hold a certain amount. This one holds 140. This is an Elite Force mid cap mag. As you can tell, mid caps do not have a wheel or whatever to it. And then the high caps are larger mags. I think this holds about 500. This one holds about 140. It has a well for your BBs, and it has a wheel to spin to get the BBs into your firing core. So these are M4 mags. AKs have the same style mags, they just are shaped different. So what would you go for? Well, if your kid's just starting out, I suggest going with a high cap mag. The reason is because you only need about 4 of these to play. These you need 6, at least 6 for these, maybe more, depending on how much your kid will shoot or overshoot and stuff like that. These, I can go a full round and only go through 1.5 of these, depending on how trigger happy I get for a round. But yeah, I suggest going with 4 high cap magazines, whether it's an AK or an M4 variant. And if you go on to the websites in the link below, it usually is pretty good about help figuring out what it is. If you got an airsoft store in your area, that's great, because then you can talk to them about the different magazines and they'll be able to help you. Hopefully this video will help you decide what you're looking for. So moving along, the reason why I say a high cap is because 500 rounds, you get 4 of them, that's 2,000 rounds of BBs. The reason why I say this is because when I was at a field one time and a kid only had 1 high cap magazine and he ran out. So what I did was I had to take one of my high caps, fill his up so he can continue on that day with his 1 mag. But then I turned around and gave him another high cap mag so he could continue to play, which I filled all the way up. So he had 2,000 rounds, which is, good. And he'll remember that I, gave him the mag and he was able to play. So that's why I say 4 high cap magazines is the best way to go for now we're gonna go into BBs. BBs, there's 2 side. It goes from like 6mm up to 8mm BB. They're plastic and stuff like that. But the weight, they vary in different weights. The one that you're going to be using the most in your high cap magazine are 6mm. Now the 6mm BB can go up to, I think, a 0.4 gram BB weight, but you're going to be looking at either a 0.20 or a 0.25 BB. I suggest going with bio because most fields, especially here in Minnesota, are switching over to all bio. That's from what I've heard. But these are the 2 most common BBs you will find. The reason why I say go with a 0.20 or 0.25 is because you don't need those higher weight BBs. 0.3 or 0.28, 0.3, anything higher or more for your Springer style, your HPA. That's which you just ignore HPA, but your Springer powered sniper, your HPA, all that other stuff. But you don't really need that. But I suggest going with a 0.25 or a 0.20. The reason is like I said, you don't need to go any higher than these 2. They both work out great. I mean, this one's lighter than, obviously 2L is lighter than a 2.5 gram, but they're more common and you get more use out of them across the fields, stuff like that. All right, moving on to gear. They want the cool gear, the chest plate and all that stuff, and chest rig. They don't really need that. A good pair of shoes, a good pair of running shoes, a good pair of boots. That's all you really need. Jeans, t-shirt, or sweatshirt if they're afraid to get hit and stuff like that. But as down the line, you can get them a chest rig that it's a thing where you put your mags across your chest and stuff like that. That works out pretty well. I don't use them personally. I use a side pouch for my mags. I should do a gear loadout or whatever I do. But yeah, as far as gear goes, a good pair of boots or running shoes that you don't mind getting dirt, you don't mind them getting dirty. Just jeans. If you got an army surplus store, you can pick them up some camo, which is always great. Um, yeah, then that's it's gear. You don't really need much, especially if they're just starting out and if they only got like 4 mags. If they had like 6 mags of like one of these, or if they learn trigger control, or 6 of these. I used to carry 6 of these. It got too difficult. I just didn't go through that much BBs. But a chest rig would help out a lot. Uh, but you don't really need it, especially if you got like go to Army Surplus store. You got like I can't show you. I'm rubbing my pants. You can't see them. But if you can stick them in pockets and mags and stuff like that. It's not really necessary. Then grenades. We're getting into like specialty stuff like grenades. Your or your grenades and your cyclone grenades and all that stuff. You don't need that either. Especially if they're just starting out. They down the line, maybe if they want to pick that up themselves. If you get a few birthday money and stuff like that, they want to buy themselves a grenade. I suggest I can't remember the name. I don't have it on me either. But it's like a little blue grenade. You just fill it up with a little bit of green gas and it explodes. It's pretty cool stuff. But they're not needed. But as far as that's pretty much it. You go from your full face mask, getting your mags and your airsoft gun, and you're good to go. But like I said, especially for airsoft guns, stay away from Springer style guns and gas blowback pistols. They don't need them. I mean, they might look cool and they do certain things, and they have their roles, but like I said, you need experience for a Springer sniper rifle. You need to know how to do it, and you have to have the patience, and most kids don't have patience. The pistols, aren't needed. I ran a pistol for a while, and I found that I wasn't using it at all. I maybe used it twice in the multiple times I've played, and I've only used it twice. But yeah, it's great sport, and parents, don't be afraid to let your kids experience something like this. It's better than paintball, way safer too. If you don't have if you don't wear full steel goggles. I mean, just like anything, your shot I could get your shot at all, but it is safer than paintball. You don't end up with giant welts on you, and like that size welts. It sucks, but yeah, it's funner than paintball. But yeah, if your kid's interested in it, let him try it. If he doesn't like it, like I said, if you go get an airsoft gun that's $150, you can easily sell it back, or can find somebody to buy it for you, because it's or you might like to play and you take over your kid's airsoft gun. But yeah, it's like I said, I'll link below the 3 websites that I actually buy from personally, and I'll link below the YouTuber that has guns under $200. But like I said, yeah, like I said, it's a fun sport, and don't let your kids skip out on it. And yeah, that's my video. Thanks for watching.